So let's do a quick analysis for your 12th October 2022 NET paper 1. Now on this examination, what we would do is we would proceed with our video lecture course, which is here. This actually, the top bar shows you the progress, how much course you have completed. Now the questions which belong to the various categories, we would understand as we scroll with the lectures. The question related to data interpretation was a table which was moderately difficult. So if you have practiced questions clearly, this won't be an issue. From university section, the question was, which of the following university has been established before independence? So again, an important question. Then talking about the next important aspects, which talk about the research aspects. So under research, there was a question about H1 and HO, which is the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. So we have covered that significantly when we have discussed the lectures on research here. The reading comprehension was relatively easy this time, so don't worry about it. From the section on computers, the question pertained to generation of computers. It was an expected topic. Now under learning, MOOC was one of the questions. From the section on higher education, national education policy, the new national education policy, NEP 2020 was another important question which was asked. There was a question based on number series, so that was relatively easy. Then coming on next was a question on environment, and from the perspective of environment, the question pertained to vermicomposting. So vermicomposting is one of the topics that we have discussed on YouTube video as well, and it is an important method when we are talking about moving organic. The next important question was a difference between smog and mist. So what is the difference between smog and mist? Coming on to the section on logic and Indian philosophy, so there was a question on Nyaya philosophy. There was another question which pertained to Sankhya. So those were some of the important topics that you must cover. Again, from the higher education section, there was a quick question talking about RUSA. So under education and its development, we have talked about RUSA separately in the lecture. So RUSA was one of the questions that was asked. So this time it could be MUSK. So RUSA is for Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, MUSK is for Madhyamik Shiksha, and therefore this could be another important question for your upcoming sets of examination. Now similar to those, these are some of the questions that become important. Shagun, Prarambhik Shiksha Kosh, MUSK, as I said, becomes important this time. Arpit Leap and Shodh Shuddhi. Now Shodh Ganga, we already know. So Shodh Shuddhi is another important one, and that pertains to ethics of research, which become important for your next set as well. NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, another important question, extremely important with this year because we had witnessed numerous landslides and flash flooding situations, unexpected cloudburst situations across India, and NDRF team and NDMA's role was extremely important. So there was a question on NDMA. So disaster and disaster management related questions again become important for your next section as well. Another question was related to sustainable development goals. So those were some of the important questions, and then there was another question, in which state how many universities are there. So those are some of the important things that you must keep an eye on to. But if you have covered the video course thoroughly, I believe that you should be able to have a very good score for your NET paper 1. And if you have a good score for your paper 1, sometimes you can actually get a margin and get JRF specifically by securing good in paper 1 and average and above average in your paper 2. So wish you very good luck, those who are appearing for the next examination. These were some of the quick topics that we have discussed. We'll be covering many important sections and updates in the lecture itself. So those who have it would get the updated versions as we bring in the more topics based on 2022 examinations. Thanks for joining in.